almost wanted to change this based on the last few episodes where we get a lot more development from Pluto. The things that I love about Sailor Pluto are her hair. It is gorgeous. I love green, so that's a plus. Her fuku is beautiful. Yeah, her makeup, she has a little bit of the darker lipstick. She's a little older and very respectful, and I absolutely do love Pluto, and I hate having to put anyone at the number 10 spot because I really do. I've loved every single Senshi at some point or another, so I'm one of those. I loved all the passion that Rei had, and sometimes that got to be a little bit much and she was too competitive with Usagi, but I just love what makes her interesting. The fact that she is an outcast. And I love that she has abilities, even in the original, without transforming. She makes mistakes. She has to admit when she's wrong, when she's too bullheaded, when she's not being a good team member. And so, though she's not perfect, she's a very strong member of the team, and I'm so sad that she's at number 9. The episode where she grows, well, there are several times where she grows, but I love that one in Super S. It's so funny. And the little Usagi. So I do believe that she's a very relatable and flawed character, and even more so in this one. Crystal actually made me want to bump her up so many spots just in the last few episodes, and I can't wait to see what happens with her, because you finally feel like she's this character with all this wisdom, and that's all the more heartbreaking because no one really takes her seriously. So Sailor V was on the scene long before anyone else, and she is very independent, and I really like that about her. It's kind of a story of her trying to incorporate with a group, and she's used to kind of being the leader, and she's a very good leader. But I also love that now she's able to maybe let down her guard a little more, relax, because she has this support team. So number 6, which was tying pretty close with Minako, is of course Ami. Ami-chan, the adorable Sailor Mercury. Especially at that time, there wasn't a lot of shows that had lots of females anyway, and females that were different. So the fact that she was really into chess and swimming, and so was I. She was very nerdy and smart and computer savvy. I love that. I identified with Ami. I love the blue hair, and I love the fact that it doesn't seem like other people have blue hair in Sailor Moon. I mean, villains do, but nobody ever is like, why do you have blue hair? Like, what the hell is up with that? I don't know, but I absolutely love it. Same thing with Pluto, and I suppose, I mean, Chibi Moon has pink hair, so it's just not something that they bring up in Sailor Moon, and I think that's great. Everyone else has a pretty normal hair color, so I guess not Neptune. Neptune is, but I mean, I've dyed my hair that color before, but I'm a huge Sailor Neptune fan, but I won't spoil the list for you. She is one of those that you may not like at first. The first season even, you can see this progression with Usagi. And sometimes she backslides, and sometimes, you know, she's not perfect. And that's a great thing to remember. She's a character that you can grow with and understand, and when she makes mistakes, it helps you learn. So with all of her faults, I just love her. There is just something so cool about the same person doing it now. And of course I did watch the Japanese version when possible, when, you know, when I can see it online anywhere. And I do have to agree that the characters and the music and the atmosphere is really great. Not to say that the dub didn't do a good job. I do still kind of hear the dub voices in my head when I think of these characters. And so I say, why not have both? It's great to be able to actually understand something in your own language. I've been trying out the new dub that they're putting out on Hulu, and it's a little strange. yeah, I guess it's just one of those things. But I still feel very blessed, and I know eventually I'll get used to it. I'm kind of one of those people that I don't like a lot of change. So the fact that I love Crystal is just, it's super fantastic for me. So what I love about her is kind of similar to Ami-chan. She reminds me a lot of myself. She's strong, yet it's almost like a battle with her on this femininity. She loves to cook, and oh, it looks so tasty. She could teach a lot of the other Senshi some good lessons, and has. And I just think those are some of the cutest moments. And I loved seeing her parents, at least a brief glimpse of them, and just kind of understanding how she's such an independent character and a feared character in the school and in the universe. I remember feeling like she was always a little bit more powerful than some of the other inners, and that she would push herself physically beyond, you know, what she should sometimes. It's just so sweet. She just really does long for friends because she's been outcasted, and she's been, you know, with her boyfriend, or not quite boyfriend. We kind of saw glimpses of that too, and she just has this great longing in her to be a wonderful woman with a wonderful relationship, and you can't help but cheer for her. The top 3 are so difficult. I wish I could just tie them all. Number 3, I put Michiru, Sailor Neptune, and the mirror is just flippin' awesome. I love it. I want to cosplay as Sailor Neptune. She is probably one of the most beautiful, and she's kind of a bitch. It's just so awesome. You just want to be like her, and you do understand a little bit of why she's so cold and standoffish, because like Venus, she was doing this alone for a while, and it's great that she finally has her partner that kind of softens her a little. They're a great team, which is why they're definitely at the top 3. They are definitely 2 of my favorite characters, and together it's really hard to separate them for me, even though they are so different. So her dub name also happens to be my middle name, so I didn't hate that one. It sounded pretty much like the English version of Michiru. So Haruka is equally dedicated and strong. She is a protector. She can be snarky and feisty, but she sticks up for the girls, and especially Michiru. Do not mess around with her love. She has a sword. She's a girl. She has a sword. It's cool. She drives very fast, and she's risky. She has the motorcycles. She runs. She's very athletic and intense, as well as flirtatious, which I just love the episode where she's introduced and everyone thinks she's a boy until the end. I remember when she's talking about her hands being so soiled, and she needs her partner Neptune, you know, to be there with her, because I don't think she could honestly always do the mission alone. She does have a little bit of a softness in her heart, which definitely put her, that's kind of what, you know, made me decide on her above Michiru, although they're a great team, and I think they balance each other so well. Haruka has demons. She doesn't want her hands to be dirty, but yet she does it anyway. This list is making me sad now. Hotaru, Sailor Saturn. I remember waiting to see Sailor Saturn. I knew about her because I was online. She is essentially a cyborg, and what a badass, possessed little girl. I was just happy to see it eventually. Like, she is just so dang cute and dark. She sticks up for her friends because she hasn't had very many in her life. She just wants a normal life, and it's hard because she's so super powerful. But what else can I say about her? She's just a sweet girl. Her and Chibiusa's relationship is another one of my favorites in the series. And thinking that we can get Saturn and Crystal, and that they'll actually kind of treat her with a little more respect. I mean, she might get her own transformation now, and I don't want to think about it until it's announced, but that would just make my day. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. I don't know how many of you are going to want to get onto a new channel talking about Sailor Moon, but I'm always willing to talk about it. I've been watching a lot of the reviewers, and I just appreciate all the work they're doing. It's really fun to sit there and think about all your experiences with a series, and I hope that it continues.